Leandro Messinio, and we have Frank Sorbara. All four of these guys are being fed in live to this system, and we're watching everyone live on the KISS Community League. This is. I'm about to rip my shirt off and Hulk out right now. I'm about to go green and just bulk up and get huge because in the past 23 minutes, we got the four best riders on Zwift compiled into this one setting. We're going up Watopia Mountain. 45 minutes, absolute chaos. I don't even know what's going on. Someone's audio is on. Let me make sure. Okay, turn audio's off. Turn audio's off. Okay, so if everything is good, we got 45 seconds. So below me is Messinio. Needs no introduction. There's Adam Zimmerman. Again, needs no introduction. U.S. National Champion 2018. Right here we got Ed Laverick, Wahoo Cycling Hub. Needs no introduction, but we'll go into that later. And here we have Frank Sorbara, newest member of Team Drafts, ITU Long Course Age Group World Champion. I mean, all these guys have some of the longest rosters in the game. This is going to be all out from the gun. 386 riders, the best guys in the game. Let's jump in. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's grab some riders. Here they go. So here I am. There's Frank jumping out of the saddle. Here comes Ed, looking good, looking smooth. Here's Adam, out of the saddle, trying to make the first pack. Everyone's looking fairly smooth and under control. Let's check out Messinio. There he is. Nothing phases him. Nothing phases Messinio. So it's going to be down the ramp. 5 minutes until the real Watopia Mountain begins. I actually did this course personally this morning, so I'm pumped, I'm amped, I know exactly what to expect. It's going to probably be fairly under control in the beginning. Everyone knows the mountain's coming, followed by the radio tower. Now, the mountain is manageable. The top guys will probably do it in 17.5 to 18.5 minutes, followed by the radio tower, which will be the true determinant. 4 to 5 minutes, I'll say, for the top guys. Let's check out some names going on. We have... I'm trying to find the dart. I can't find him right now, but I'm sure he's in the pack. Everyone looks under control. Check out this. Check out what we got here. So in the top left, we got Ed Laverick. Ed Laverick represents Wahoo Cycling Hub. Below him in the bottom left is Adam Zimmerman. Adam Zimmerman, obviously 2018 Team America USA National Champion. Top right is Mr. Frank Sorbara, whose picture here is small. Let's make it a little bigger. Alright, there's Frank. He's looking good. He's looking smooth. Uh-oh. There's Frank. Okay. And below him, obviously, Messinio. Needs no introduction. #1 ranked Zwifter on Zwift Power. Professional cyclist. FTP is way above 6. Right now, they're going downhill into the water. Oh, I see some check marks. Cameron Jeffers. There's Messinio. I saw a couple other official riders. There they go. Like I said, for the next 5 minutes, it's probably going to be fairly under control. Oh, they're telling me someone's audio is on. Let's check it out. Let's see, whose audio could be on? Oh, I see it. Got it. Okay, we're good. Sorry. This is all new. Everything we're doing is brand new. We're still trying to figure out the kinks. We're still trying everything that's possible. So, if you're unfamiliar with what we have going on here, this is sort of a little studio we created. So there's me in the little broadcast booth. If you go to indoorspecialist.com, you can see the full layout. We have in front of me, we have 4 Tacx Neos with TVs and Apple TVs. This morning we did a little test live broadcast in here. So hopefully when this thing is finally done and all the kinks are ruled out, we'll have 4 live riders and myself broadcasting or someone else broadcasting. But this place could really be electric and really try to change the name of the Zwift community. A lot of these features are available for the professionals, but for the average guys like me, like 99% of the guys riding, there isn't this available. So we've tried to create something. I started the dirt team, Dad's Inside Riding Trainers. It's changed my life. Not just Zwift, but starting the team, having the accountability of the guys. All of this has changed my life. So I wanted to kind of give back to the community. And this studio is the way for me to give back. Now, recently, we started the indoor specialist team, and these are some of the guys that you see right now. So there's Messinio below me. And some of these guys are the best Zwifters on Zwift. And I know there's a big name whether Zwift is its own sport, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a standalone community. So let's jump back into the race. Everyone's still together. Heart rate's in the 150s. Messinio 160. We've seen him get 200 or above, so nothing crazy. Here's Zimmerman hanging out. Where's our boy Frank? Alright, here's Frank. Everyone's hanging out in the pack. Oh, there's Ed Laverick. Just missed Ed. There's Ed. This pack is pretty dense right now, so let's see. Well over... Wow. So I would say 75 riders maybe, just a rough guesstimate. Now they're in that zone. Do we push this hill? Do we not? We know the mountain's coming. The mountain's going to be 17, 18 minutes for the top guys, followed by the real pain, which is going to... Oh, there's Scotty Weiss. So this is going to be a phenomenal race with Messinio, Scotty Weiss, Frank, all these guys in here. None of them are to be discounted. Let's check out the race. They're about to go up the hill. Some guys like to attack. Here's Gavin Hughes. Tough one right here because the hill is coming. Who's going to chase? Is it worth a 2-second gap to really burn a match right here? It looks like the dart is giving a little effort right here. Let's check out how he looks. There he is. Still looks pretty calm and controlled right now. Behind him is Stevie Young, and behind him is... Oh, Mr. Sean Pantellery, another member of the indoor specialist team. So here we go. Up the hill. Here comes Ed. Let's see how Ed's looking. Quick snapshot on Ed. He's looking smooth. Still seated, cranking out 400 plus watts, heart rate 175. His avatar might be standing up, but he looks pretty damn good. Let's check out everyone. Everyone's looking good right now. Ed's in the top left. Adam Zimmerman is below him in the bottom left. And then we have Messinio in the bottom right. And we have Mr. Frank Zorbar in the top right. Now, if you don't know much about these guys, Ed is a professional cyclist on the Swift Carbon UK Pro Cycling team. Adam below him is... Adam is legendary for his sprint. He can hold 16, 17 watts for his 15-second sprint. Obviously, USA National Champion 2018. Just a phenomenal guy. I actually met Adam Zimmerman personally last week at the Zwift event, and I can't say enough nice things about him. So we're all rooting for Adam Zimmerman. Here's Messinio on the front, a little attack. Let's check out how he's looking. Let's switch over to Leandro. Still looking fairly smooth, not much pain in his face. I'm surprised Scotty Weiss isn't following him because there's a 1-second gap and he's just out of the draft. So this is the point on the hill where it flattens out. You see the bridge? It's only a 3% grade if you look at the top right. This is really the flattest part of the hill, and this is where the draft is going to be most into effect. So let's check this out. Messinio, Apers. These two are working together, and then there's Obelix and Scotty Weiss, both of them in no man's land. And oh, here's Brainland. Brainland did the race this morning. Oh, and there's Frank. So Frank's right there too. Frank's looking good. Let's check Frank out. Uh-oh, Frank looks like he's in pain. He's grimacing on his face. Oh man, this is why I love this thing. We can feed anyone from all over the world into this system, and we can feel the pain, and we can feel how much it hurts. So Frank, come on Frank, hang in that draft. I see Alex West right in front of him, and right here is where the draft really counts. So come on Frank, stay in that draft. Alex West is really cranking it. Oh, here's Ed right in front of him. Let's check out how Ed's looking. Ed's looking good. Not too much movement in his upper body. He's looking very smooth, very controlled. I like Ed's positioning, and I like how he looks. Let's check out Leandro again. Back to the front. Okay, so Leandro's working together with Apers. The Poison Dart Frog, not much else to say about him. I expect him to lead up, but what's really going to be the deciding factor is this radio tower. So, actually, Messineo weighs the most out of all 4 of these guys. So Messineo is 62 kilograms, Zimmerman's only 57, Ed is 60, and Frank Sorbara is 58 kilograms. So it might not be a huge deal right now, but once the radio tower comes, and it comes 10 to 15% inclines, that's when the weight really matters. But it looks like Messineo's putting in a huge effort to where it's not even going to matter about the radio tower. Let's keep an eye on. Looks like he's working together with this Apers. I'm not too familiar with Apers. I'll have to get someone to check on Zwift Power for me. Oh, he's on Zwift Power. Oh, and he has his power verified, so gotta assume he's legit. Back to their faces again. Ed is up in the top left. Ed is part of the Wahoo Cycling Hub. Adam is below him. Adam Zimmerman, Team USA. And then on the top right is Mr. Frank Sorbara, Draft's newest member. Frank is actually one of the best triathletes and is actually a professional triathlete. So he won age group ITU Worlds this past year. And below him is obviously Leandro Messineo, the Poison Dart Frog. There's not much else to say about him. The number 1 ranked Zwifter, professional cyclist, FTP above 6, checks all the boxes. It looks like the dart is so smooth right now. He's got a 10-second gap on Dan Fleeman, Dig Deep Coaching. Behind him, this gap looks... The gap is there, but I'm afraid that there's just too many guys in this pack. I'm a little worried about... Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys working... Oh, over 9. I mean, all these guys are in the draft. I'm a little worried about all of them being able to work together and descend together and use each other on the draft. So if I'm the dart, I gotta go. Yep, exactly what I was thinking. He's got to make space from Apers, from all these guys. Because the race is all the way up the mountain, all the way up the radio tower, and then back down. So it's not just climbing, it's also descending. So you have to really be an all-arounder to win this race. It's going to last around 45 minutes for the top guys. Like I said, I did it this morning. You know, an average B rider. It took me about 55 minutes, but it's brutal. The hill is brutal, and then the radio tower comes, and then comes the 15% grade, and there's just no recovery for a solid 20 minutes. It's basically an FTP test up. Let's take a look on all the riders, because that's what we really like. That's the feature that we have that no one else is doing. We're trying to showcase anyone. So right now we have A riders, but this morning I had my best friend John here, and he's a D rider, and he was crushing it in the DCAT. So anyone can be fed. I want to get teams from all over the world, from all walks of life, people fed here. I want to create something new, so that's why we're doing this. We're trying to showcase what our capabilities of. Even if this broadcast isn't perfect, I still want to convey the message of what we're capable of. We're capable of something great with this whole system. We're capable of seeing Leandro Messineo in Argentina, and we're capable of seeing Frank, and we're capable of seeing Ed, and we're capable of seeing Adam. So all these people, Adam's in Colorado, Frank's in Canada, Leandro's in Argentina, and we can see all these guys suffering together. And that's what really makes this whole system special. And that's what I thought was missing with Zwift. I want to commentate, I want to talk about everyone, and I want to see their faces. I want to see them gritting, I want to see them climbing up the mountain. So this really captures the emotion of all these guys. Everyone is actually looking pretty good. I'm trying to watch their faces. Frank up there, he's grimacing. He's hurting. Everyone else looks pretty smooth. This pack has actually grown significantly. I want to keep on this view because I like seeing all 4 of these guys, and I want to showcase this feature. I want to do a quick count. 10 guys. That's a lot. I didn't expect 10 guys to still be here. So they're going to do a right turn through the castle, and here's a little part where it flattens out. Messineo, Sean Vinton, Brainland, aka Sam Bike, Sam Lindsay, Alex West, Lionel Vuisen. Here's Ed, still there, looking great. So these are all the regular names. Here's Frank. Frank is holding in solid 21st place. Cameron Jeffers, Ed Laverick. So now it's all about who's going to do what. So there's 10 guys left. Who's going to go? Who's going to blast off a red number? Or are they just going to content hanging out, working together for 10 of them? The pack has been whittled down to 10. I don't know if that's enough. Here goes somebody. Oh, I saw a red number. I was just trying to grab it. I didn't quite see who that was. Now's when you'll start to see snow. Now's when the elevation gains. They're probably halfway up the mountain right now. They'll go through some underpasses, and then it'll really start to roll. So right now is really the last time before the underpass. This is not as steep as it was before. So 3%, it's doable, but the draft is still in full effect. They're going 22 miles an hour, so it's important that they stay in the pack. Let's check heart rates. Messineo, 171, 172, which is manageable. Totally fine. You can see him on the bottom right. He's looking super sharp. Let's check out some other heart rates. Scotty Weiss, 173. I'm not too familiar with their other heart rates, but just by looking at it, 163, 158. This looks hard but controlled, and I think that's the key. Everyone's working very hard, but still remaining controlled. So Ryo Misaki, we've seen his name a lot. He can climb this mountain, and he can climb the radio tower. He's definitely not someone to be counted out. All of these, now the pack has actually grown. All 16 of these guys are really contenders, and if they're still together at the top of the radio tower, then it's going to be trouble. Someone's going to need to do something before or during the radio tower in order to keep some of these sprinters away, because now the radio tower makes it a climber's race, but once they're back together, then it's just like any other Zwift race, and it comes down to the sprint. So there's not much going on. 350 watts. Let's see how he's looking. Bottom right, he's looking good. Alright, there's Adam Zimmerman. Here's Ed. Ed is still looking pretty good and pretty smooth. I like his cadence. Let's check out Frank. Frank looks like he's in pain. Let's try to find Frank. Alright, Frank's good. He's in a pack of 3. He's still holding 21st place. He's with Cameron Jeffers, and he's with Morton Vang. So Frank's in a good place. He just needs to hold this draft. So we're all rooting for you, Frank. It looks painful, and we definitely do not wish we were in your shoes. So keep going, Frank. We're all rooting for you. We're all watching you, and we love you, Frank. Let's check back to Leandro. Let's hit up the front again. The front is, so it looks like Sam Lindsay just fell off 15 seconds back. It looks like the race might be done for him, but if Frank and Morton Vang and Cameron Jeffers, if some of these guys behind can catch him, they might be able to work together. But right now, 15 left. 15 left in this main pack. They're going under this underpass thing. And at the top of this, then you get a downhill, actually. So this is the last real uphill until you hit the KOM. So they're going to go up, 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 and then it's going to sort of plateau, and then the rollers will start to come, and the efforts will start to be a little more varied. Up until now, the effort has been a constant 20-minute power, but once the top of this part hits, then they'll have to start to accelerate over the top and coast and try to recover, and then accelerate over the top again. So let's check it out. Let's check out heart rates again. I'm familiar most with the Darts heart rate, and that's actually a little high, so 180, but he still has 20 beats left. He's working hard. Make no mistake about that. Brainland, I believe, won the KISS Community League race about 8 hours. Does that make sense? No, about 10 hours ago, the one that I did. So, I mean, to come back straight away and do this, super impressive. Scotty Weiss, we all know Scotty Weiss. Cryogen. A lot of these guys still working together, still looking good. The Poison Dart of Indoor Specialists, you can see the orange jersey. So right now they crested really the top of it, and now they start the rollers until the KOM. So if you didn't hear before, this is Indoor Specialist. We're trying to create something new and something unique within the Zwift community. All of these riders are fed in throughout the world. In the top left is Ed Laverick. Below him is Adam Zimmerman. Top right is Mr. Frank Sorbara. And then it's Messineo the Dart Frog. So all of these guys, whether they're in South America or Canada or the United States or Europe, all of their cams are fed in, and we can see the grit and we can see them suffering in their faces. And I think that's a unique feature. And now you can see me too. So you can see me. We can switch views between anyone. Here's Frank. Here's Leandro. Here's Ed. So this gives a little more depth and a little more personality to the regular broadcast. And I want to feature the community. There's plenty of features for the professionals. There's plenty of features for the top Zwifters, but this I want to do for C's, I want to do for D's, I want to do for everyone, and I really want to make the community feel a part of the live broadcast system. And I want to showcase new guys, because just a quick short anecdote, I did the chop once and I was in the C category, and I think Nathan Guerra said my name once, and so I showed my entire extended family how they mentioned Sterney, the C rider, in this Zwift live broadcast. So I don't know, I just felt such a sense of accomplishment, and I just love that feeling. So I wanted to extend that feeling to everyone else. And I just love when people, reach out, mention each other, give people a shout out, ride-ons, all that stuff. So I want to showcase other people. And so even if this broadcast isn't perfect, I want to show you what we're capable of and what we're trying to do. And another added feature right in front of me, we have 4 trainers. So we have 4 Tacx Neos, we have 4 Apple TVs, and they're all capable of running Zwift together. So this morning, my best buddy John was here, and he did a D category 5K race, and it was phenomenal. He was right in front of me up here, Zwifting, and I was kind of narrating, and he was just pounding out. John's 90 kilos. He's been doing Zwift for 10 days. I got him into it. I couldn't stop talking about it. So when John was here, it was just me yelling at John and John coming back, and it was one of the most gratifying experiences I've had on Zwift so far. And that's what I really wanted to showcase. Now, I could just feel it. It was just one guy, but imagine if it's 4 guys live here and people are being fed in here from all over the world. I mean, this is like the enthusiasm and the excitement, and you can hear it in my voice. I just love this kind of stuff. I can't tell you how much Zwift has changed my life personally. So this is the least I could do to give back and make other people feel as close to the game and as impactful as it's meant for me. So let me get back to the race. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent. Here's Leandro Messineo. Let's check out everyone, because I like seeing all the riders. Back to the front. Still, looks like these 15 guys are here. It's about 40 seconds until they hit the KOM. And once they hit the KOM banner, then they'll get flat for about 500 meters, and then the radio tower hits. So the radio tower is where it's at. That's what we're here for. We're here for the radio tower. Let's check out up front. Obelix is trying to make some... Oh, we got no heart rate. Alright, that's a shame. Okay, so let's go behind him. We got Sean Vinton, we got Scotty Weiss, and we got Leandro Messineo. Here goes Messineo. Let's check out that face. There he goes. You can see him in the bottom right. You can see the pain. He's standing up. He's gritting. 192 heart rate. You know he's really trying to push this. I'm going to be super interested to see what this KOM time, because we were thinking if he goes under 18, that's going to be phenomenal. I think this morning I saw Sam Brainland go 1750, 1755. I can't quite remember, but I really can't wait to see what's it going to be. What's it going to... Uh-oh. Can I see it? Oh my god, 1649. That completely threw me off guard. Oh my god. These guys are crushing it. Look at all these times under 17 minutes. That's got to be some of the fastest times. I wish I could get on Zwift Power real quick, but I got way too much going on. Sorry, guys. Let me get back to the broadcast. Here's Messineo. We got to stay on him because he's just crushing this race. So here comes the radio tower. We were guessing 4 minutes. 4 minutes at 15%. So if you're not familiar, 15% is like this. Here he comes. It's 10 seconds, but it's gonna slow down because all the momentum's gonna be carried uphill by this entire group and all the draft. Here goes Dan Fleeman. Dig Deep coaching. He's going for it. He's going to try to get on the wheel of the Poison Dart Frog, but the dart is still pumping out red numbers, man. Wow. 3 seconds back with a feather. Scotty Weiss, never, ever, ever count him out. Here's Brainland, the winner of this morning's KISS Community League. Alex West, Lionel Voisin, they're all still there. I don't know if 10 seconds is enough to keep the distance on the downhill, but I got to keep watching. So here's Messineo still pumping out red numbers. Oh my God. So the marginal effort right here is really going to pay off because it's such a steep incline that for every additional watt you're able to pull out, it cuts down the seconds exponentially. So it's really, really important here to go as hard as you can because you can really cut down it from 5 minutes even to 4 minutes. So it looks like Dan Fleeman made the catch. He's only about 5 or 6 seconds back. Let's check that back. Yeah, he's looking good. So it looks like it's Dan Fleeman and it's the Poison Dart. They're going to work together. Let me check back to the other guys. Alright, here's Adam Zimmerman working hard in the bottom left. You can see him just absolutely grimacing. Look at that face. I feel the pain. I'm glad I'm not there. Above him is Ed Laverick on the top left, and above him on the top right is Frank Sorbara. So we know what's going to happen. Messineo and Dan Fleeman, it looks like they're going to break away. I want to catch Frank. Oh, Frank's on the radio tower. Frank, 373.80. Frank is really going for it. Ed, 20 seconds up. Ed is doing phenomenal in 14th place. And he's looking smooth too. He's staying seated. He's got that high cadence, 95 RPMs. Ed is real. I mean, he's making up time. He's looking really, really good. I remember he wasn't even in the first 15 pack, and now he's approaching 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds up ahead of him. Let's check Frank. Let's see if we can find. Here's Sean Pantellery, indoor specialist. Let's see if we can find Adam Zimmerman. I don't want to go too far down because I don't want to lose the whole race up here. I'm still figuring all this stuff out. So once I lose the race, I might lose the race forever. So I'm sorry, Adam. We love you. We're all cheering for you. I just can't do it logistically. Okay, Messineo up front. 2-second gap to Fleeman, but I think they will get together on the descent. Sean Vinton 7 seconds back. I think Messineo wants to get a gap between Vinton, Apers, and Brainland. That's really why he's doing this. If Dan Fleeman has anything left, he'll do it right here because there's not much left. There's only 30 seconds left to the top. It's so close. I could feel it. I could feel the pain. Let's get back to this. Okay, we're back. Sean Vinton, 6 seconds, 5.8, 400 watts. He is pumping out some watts. Let's check. There's Dan Fleeman. Where is Messineo? I can't grab him. Uh-oh. I have a bad feeling. What happened? What happened? I can't. Oh my God, my heart is just broken. I can't hear him. I'm sorry. See, I mean, this is a terrible situation, don't get me wrong, but this is why we want to see him, because I have no idea what happened, but look at his face. Something happened. I have no idea. I feel terrible. So someone text me, tell me what's going on, and I'll get it on the system. I feel terrible. Oh, man. But, I mean, that's why we're doing this, so we can see what's going on. Wow. I mean, I'm heartbroken. So here's Sean Vinton, and here's Dan Fleeman. He's still 10 seconds up, but he's alone. Here, I got a text. What happened? A cone! Oh my goodness. Another cone. I didn't even see it. This game is out to get Messineo. I'm telling you, man. I feel horrible. I'm sorry. Let's check out Frank. Frank is just, Frank. Buddy, we're rooting for you. Come on, Frank. Come on, Frankie! Let's see, where is he? There he is, 17th place. Him and Cam Jeffers are working together. I don't know if it's intentionally or unintentionally, but they got this little pack of 3. Alright, let's check, uh-oh. Some of them went downhill, I missed them. Okay, so here's Sean Vinton. I believe he's in the front. He's in 2nd place. Let's watch this downhill. Let's see if we can catch it. There he is! Come on, Frank! There's Ed. Ed! Go, Ed! Ed was looking so smooth. Now he's grimacing. Ed! We feel it, buddy. Come on, Ed. I hate to go back to the screen, but I gotta. I love to see them all. So there's Ed in the top left. There's Frank in the top right. There's Adam Zimmerman in the bottom left, and the Dart Frog, the legend, the GOAT, the bottom right. Coned on the radio tower. I didn't even know that was possible, guys. I didn't even know that was a KOM, but I guess it is. I don't know. Alright, so we're watching Ed. We got Ed in the system. We got Sean Vinton. They're going downhill together. It looks like Vinton, Apers, and Brainland are here, but I really want to get... Oh, here's Ed. Ed's doing good. Ed's in 13th place. He must have passed some guys because I remember that group of 15 was up front and Ed wasn't there. So I'm really impressed by Ed. He's doing phenomenal, man. Wow. So here's the time. If it flattens out a little bit, so you really got to get that Watts, bring it carried over the top so you can continue it downhill. Come on, Ed, come on, Ed, come on, Ed, come on, Ed. And then you can coast again. So here he goes. 0% still, so now he goes back down to -345. So that's the key. So you're going downhill, but then it flattens out and you really got to continue the momentum and continue the speed. So that's when you got to pound the Watts to keep going, and then you could go back downhill. So now you can recover. If you keep going and you get the miles per hour or the kilometers per hour up, you can then recover better. So I wonder if Ed's going to try to get Misaki and Kirchmeier. And if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm so sorry. Okay, so here's Dan Fleeman. He's still got 10 seconds up. But you can see in the mini-map in the top right, the two in the pack is just... They're just cranking away time. And I love this view because you can see right behind them. I wonder if they're going to try to get on his draft right now. And I wonder if Dan Fleeman's actually going to let it happen. Because right now he's just wasting effort to stay away when they're eventually going to catch him. So yeah, if I were Fleeman, I would just kind of coast right here. Because this group is coming. I would try to get as most recovery as possible. And it looks like that's what he's... I don't know. It doesn't look like that's what he's doing. Oh, here goes Scotty Weiss. He must be on the crest. Scotty's going downhill. Alex West is coming. Here's Ed. We're still watching Ed. Ed, we see you, buddy. You're looking good. You're looking good. Let's go back to those 4 riders. So, again... Poison Dart Frog wasn't first, but he got coned, so we just feel terrible. I don't even know what to do. Top left, Ed Laverick. Below him, bottom left is Adam Zimmerman, U.S. National Champion. 2018, Zwift All-Star, yada yada. He's got, I can't even say enough nice things about him. And then in the top right, we have Frank Sorbara, Draft's newest member, professional triathlete. So I just want to talk a little bit about Adam Zimmerman. Now, I met Adam live at the KISS Super League last Wednesday, and he was the sole representative of the All-Stars, and I honestly can't say enough things about him. Nice to myself, nice to my friend Jeff. We were all cheering for him. We couldn't get behind him enough. We were watching him have dropouts. Our hearts were breaking. But, I mean, the most professional, the nicest guy that I've met, and I have the utmost respect for him. I think he's a great ambassador for the community, and I think he's a great ambassador for Zwift as a whole. So let's get back up the front. Oh, it looks like Dan Fleeman did let these guys, or I don't know if let is the right word, but it looks like these guys caught him. So now it's going to be a matter of time if these 4 can stay away from Obelix and Scotty Weiss. So Scotty Weiss, I believe he's got to either get Obelix or who doesn't have heart rate, again, shame. So he either has to get him or he has to wait for Alex West. But we know Scotty Weiss can do it alone. If anyone can do it alone, it's Scotty Weiss. But the downhill is not the place for Scotty Weiss. We know that. I believe he weighs around 50 kilograms. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm just guessing. But he's a superstar. We all know Scotty is the ultimate Zwift professional. So Sean Vinton, Sam Brainland, Dan Fleeman, and M. Apers. I'm sorry, I don't know his first name. I'm not too familiar with the best guys. You know, I'm a B rider myself. I'm just kind of an average, everyday Zwifter. I get on in the morning. I get my kids breakfast. I get in the shower, and then I go to work. So that's me. That's my life in a nutshell. Wake up, get on Zwift, get the kids up, get the kids breakfast, get the kids off to school, go to work. But I love it. And before Zwift, I didn't have that thing of getting up early and doing this for myself and getting that kind of identity. So Zwift really gave me that sense of self back. And that's why I started Dirt, the Dads Inside Riding Trainers, because you lose that sense of self when you're so focused on work and family and work and family. Don't get me wrong, I love work and I love my family, but you kind of lose yourself in that process. We're raising kids, we're trying to work, we're trying to put food on the table, we're trying to make sure our kids are the best people that they can be, but you forget about yourself, and that's what Dirt is essentially. It's a way for us dads to remain accountable to each other, positivity, enthusiasm with each other. And it's really elevated my performance, elevated my love for the game. And without the Dirt Dads, I probably would be on the couch. I'd probably be depressed. I'd probably weigh 50 pounds more than I do. So before Dirt and before Zwift, my life was on a trajectory of slowly going this way. And then right when I found Zwift and right when I found Dirt, it completely stopped me in my tracks and reversed the direction of my entire life. So I can't say enough things about the game and about what it can do to the average person. And not even the best guys. We like watching the races, but that's just because we love the game. And we can see ourselves in the game. You know, I'm a video gamer at heart. I'm not an athletic person. I love video games, and that's why I love biking. I don't ride outside. I'm not a cyclist. I'm a gamer. So that's where I can relate in the sense of gaming. Do we use the power-ups? Do we try to draft? Do I go hard? It's the gaming and it's the athleticism combined, and that's what makes all of us love it equally. So let's get back. Again, I keep talking about myself. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, 4 of us. Sean Vinton, Sam Brainland, Dan Fleeman, and Apers. 4 of them. 153 heart rate, 152, 164, 163. So it looks like everyone is fairly controlled. I'm not sure if they're working together to stay away, or they're trying to see they're trying to let each other work so that they can recover the most. I saw one of them use an arrow power up, and I think Dan Fleeman used his feather power up, so they'll have one more chance to get a power up before the race finishes. Right now it's fairly steady, false flat 1% incline for the next few minutes. Adam Zimmerman below me, he's still descending. Let's see if we can see our 4 riders. Ed's up top left, Frank's top right, Adam's bottom left. Everyone's looking good. Let's check the Zwift. Let's check, who should we check on? We see Adam. Let's take a peek on Ed. Ed, there he is, 13th place. Oh, it looks like he caught Max Bike, who was in front of him. So again, there was that top 15. I didn't see Ed. Then he was in 13th. Now he's in contention for 12th. So Ed has slowly been moving up, and he's actually been having a phenomenal race. He hasn't blown up. He's steadily moving up throughout the race. So I wonder if these two can work together to catch the 2 in front of him. And I think that's what they're going to try to do. So Ed cranking out 6.6, close to 400 watts, 177 heart rate. Looks like he's giving the elbow nod to Max Bike to go. Alright, so Ed's going to try to recover in the back. So these guys are really working together, and they're really utilizing the game. Because the game has all these capabilities and all this functionality, but people don't really use them. See, Ed is able to recover behind him at 4.5, and Max Bike was going 5+. So you can go almost 1 watt per kilogram below the person in front of you and still be able to recover. So you have Ed and you have Max Bike, and then you have Misaki and Christian Mayer. So it looks like 2 and 2, and then Merritt is a solo. It's really hard for these solo riders to stay away, even though there's not much left in the race. There's probably only 3 miles left. But it's just so difficult to break the wind solo. Alright, so there's Ed. Let's check. Let's see who else we got. Oh, Frank! Wow, again, Frank is just right behind Ed, consistently hanging in there. Let me see if I can get Frank's cam on. There's Frank. He looks much better than he did. I'm impressed. 172, recovering a little bit. Looks like he's able to trade pulls with Jeffers and McLeod. Sorry about that one. But yeah, Frank, killing it, man. I love it. Go, Frank. All right, so there's Frank. Some of the time gaps are going to get messed up because there's so many switchbacks and back and forth. But they have 3, and then the 2, Max and Ed, are together. And then, oh, they cranked away some time. 11, 12 seconds, because I remember they were 13 or 14. So they're chipping away a little bit. It's really going to be, so they're going to go down through the cobblestones, over the sprint banner, and after the sprint banner, that's the time where you can really make up time, because it's a little incline, only 20 seconds, but it's enough to close gaps. And that's what I want to see, if that'll happen with Ed or Frank's group. But I think Frank's group is going to be Frank's group. They're going to try to stay away from Gavin Hughes. I know that. You got Frank, Laverick, and Max Bike, and those 3 are going to try to work together, but not too hard, because I'm not sure they can catch the twosome in front of them, but they're going to want to stay away from Hughes behind them. So there's Frank. Here is Adam. Adam's looking good. He's got great lighting. Man, I got to get some good lighting like that. Let me just check this group behind me. This is the 24th group. Trujinski, which is a name I've heard. Here's Sean Pantellery, indoor specialist. Cunningham, Zoom, Pettinger. A lot of familiar names. No one I know firsthand. And then a group behind them. I know Jake Simons. Oh, here's Adam Zimmerman. Here we go. So Adamson is solid in a decent pack. But yeah, let's check out the front of the race again. Okay, so here they go. They're on the S's. This is going to be the finaling stretch. So we have Vinton, we have Dan Fleeman, and we have Obelisk. So here goes Sean Vinton. I think this is going to be his move. Let's check it out. No gaps though, because this Obelix guy makes me cringe inside. So Dan Fleeman and Brainland. Okay, so Sean Vinton. This is a couple of the S's. Now we have 1.1k left. All 4 of them are together. Here's Brainland. You can see him clearly recovering, trying to suck wheel in the back, because he can sprint, and these guys know he can sprint. Here's Fleeman. Here's Sean Vinton. I'm worried. It's going to be who can go the easiest right now. So exactly 1k left. I see. Here's Brainland. He's going extra slow. He's trying to get to the back because he can, if they're in the back, he can kind of slingshot through the front in the draft. I want to check this draft. I want to get, here's Vinton. They're all still together. Here's Brainland trying to remain, he's feathering perfectly. He's trying to stay last wheel, but not be first wheel. So he's doing little surges and then backing off, and little surges and backing off, and he's playing it perfectly. So here goes Dan Fleeman. Here goes Brainland, who has the arrow power up. Let's check this out. Oh yeah, it looks like Brainland. That arrow power up is just going to be unbeatable. But Dan Fleeman, 14.5, but Brainland is going to crank it. Oh, it's going to be so close. It's going to be so close, but it's going to be Brainland followed by Dan Fleeman in a whopping 41-minute mountain loop. And I think that's it, unless I can find Ed super quickly. Come on, Ed. Where are you, Ed? I think Sam Lindsay was in the race. Yeah, see, that's the problem. But that's why we did this. So we can learn, so we can progress through all the nooks and the problems and the touches. But it was a phenomenal race. My heart breaks for Leandro Messinio. I love seeing everyone here. Let's check it out one more time. Adam in the lower left. Ed in the top left. And Frank in the top right. Just phenomenal. I just love seeing the grit on their faces. I love seeing them suffering. I sometimes lose touch with the fact that I'm hurting so bad, and how are these guys going so hard past me? But they're also hurting too, and that's why I love to see them, because yes, I'm suffering, as a mid-pack B guy, and when I see these A guys, I think, oh, it must be so easy for them, but they're also suffering as much. They're just going a lot faster. So I love seeing it. Hopefully you can sense what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish. Check out Indoor Specialist. Check out indoorspecialist.com. Get on board. We're trying to make a community. We're trying to have fun. There's no ill will, no hard feelings with anything. Come join us. Bring over your streams. Doesn't matter what team you're on. If you love Zwift, let's get you showcased. Let's get your team showcased. Let's have some fun. I love it. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Peace out. I'm Jason Stern.